What if I was to tell you that your favorite superhero would go online and read social media about himself and then feel so bad that it hurt his feelings and he would need to rejuvenate himself in a chamber? That allegedly, I say with a big alleged, is one of the rumors as to what happens in this new Superman movie. So a story broke a couple days ago about a storyline in Superman. Now we don't know how long the storyline is. It could be a minute, kind of little funny little thing, or it could be an involved story. I don't know. So the story goes Superman has his feelings hurt because he begins to read social media and sees a hashtag called Superman SHIT. Can't say it necessarily. I don't know, I'll get demonetized or whatever. Superman SHIT. And it hurts his feelings so much that he has to then rejuvenate himself with the sun because it affects him so much. Now, again, I don't know how true that is, but that's a story. What's even crazier about it is the person behind that hashtag trending in the movie is supposedly Lex Luthor, and it is done by, this is such a Simpsons thing, it is done by a group of mutant monkeys, probably chimpanzees, that are on keyboards just constantly typing Superman is Superman shit. If that is legit, holy crap. I honest to God, I hope it's just one of those things where it's James Gunn doing some little funny kind of just short little storyline where he looks at it, has his feelings hurt or whatever, and it's just a small portion. If it's an actual storyline where it covers more than 10 minutes, holy crap. But here we go. So, James Gunn revenge on conservatives and the internet. A bizarre and rumored plot for James Gunn's Superman has surfaced online, which claims the Man of Steel gets dragged into a world of cancel culture. The leak has claimed that James Gunn senses Superman to be battered by social media hate, which apparently makes the Man of Steel sad. No, we're not joking. It's further claimed that James Gunn uses super shit hashtag in the movie, which trends and damages Superman's image. But the real twist, Lex Luthor is behind it all, using an army of monkey mutants at keyboards to flood and troll the internet and tear Superman down. Okay. Um. Okay. There's a lot to be said on this. One, again, I hope it's like something at the beginning of the movie where it's just a funny introduction to the movie where, yeah, like Superman reads it, gets upset, rejuvenates himself, flies in, beats the crap out of all these, these mutant monkeys, puts Luthor in his place, and then the movie goes on. If it's something that is an underlying story or something that goes more than 5 minutes, holy crap. What are we doing? Um, I get more and more over the last 20 years, they've kind of tried to humanize Superman more than what he was in the golden era of Superman from, the 30s up to the 70s or 80s, where he was a super boy scout. Um, Hate, negativity didn't really bother him. If it got him down, he found ways to get up. And it was more that he was there for humankind. No matter how ignorant or hateful they were towards him, he would show them the light and lead the way. Um, you saw some more. I think it was about the Superman from 2006, where you see more of his human side come out with him having the kid with Lois and the world forgetting about him and whatnot. There was a little bit of opened up in that. And then in Superman Man of Steel, where he played a character who more hid who he was before allowing the world to know who he was. But that was because his father was worried that if they found out he was a space alien or from another planet, then he would be just ridiculed, tested, and looked at by the military, scientists, whatever. I didn't much mind that. I thought that was a pretty decent storyline to have for that. And then again, when he shows himself to the world, he didn't hide away from the hate. He doesn't get down. He understands it. He goes with the military and the cuffs, even though he knows he can clink pop them off. And he said he was doing that just to make them feel better about themselves. I dug what Zack Snyder did with Superman in that one. But but if this is actually legit to where you're having him be super upset by people online, we as not just as a nation but as a world have seriously got to check ourselves. If if not only real people are worried about this, but we're now putting fake deities, fake characters being worried about social media and how other people feel about them, we are lost as a culture. We are lost. I could give two hippo left testicles about social media. If I was on social media, I could honestly, and I mean Twitter, not YouTube. I get it, I'm on YouTube. Like on Twitter, if I was active on there all the time, IG, whatever, and I had people coming at me, honest to God, I would either just turn my comments off, or I would, honestly, I probably would never check my comments. I would put stuff out there, and the way my brain and ADD works, I would go and forget what I even tweeted. And then I'd come back and I'd see, oh, okay, but I would just move on. I don't get that aspect of it. And also the way it changes your brain, because now you're addicted to what people are saying about you. I've never really given a damn what people say, think, or how they feel about me. Plus or minus on that. I know there's a minus to it, but honestly, if you're a stranger, I don't know you, I don't care how you feel about me. That's just the way I am. I honestly, I could give two shiny pennies about what your thoughts are. I don't care if you say it. It's your right to say what you want, but it's not going to affect me in the way. And so to say that Superman gets upset because mutated monkeys are getting a hashtag Superman shit. It almost sounds like they found Superman's shit. They're talking about his shit. But if that is a part of the storyline, oh my God, this movie is doomed before it even starts. I mean, what? He's the man. He's bulletproof. He can't be killed except for kryptonite. Why are we making? And I get this is like James Gunn's way to get back for the people that tried to cancel him for his tweets and got him kicked off of the Marvel stuff for a minute till they brought him back. But at the same time, is your ego that big that you need to make a storyline for that? Again, I think if it's something where he just makes a slight joke at it, and then it's not that big of a deal, it moves on, you don't ever hear about it again, then haha, good for you, James. You got it in. Happy for you. Good luck to you. But if it's an actual storyline that goes longer than 5 minutes, you need an ego check on that. I mean, you just got to get over that. That is ridiculous. But where did we go from Superman being this man of steel? Bullets bounce off of him, punches don't affect him. Lava falls on him. He's perfectly fine. So now he's, my feelings hurt. They said Superman shit online. A bunch of guys that live in their basement. A bunch of guys whose mothers still make their breakfast for them. A bunch of fake trolls that don't even give a shit about it. They hurt my feelings. I mean, you're cutting down one of the greatest superheroes ever created to social media. why would you let that have power over you if you're Superman? That's ridiculous. And again, I hope it's something that it's not actually that. I hope it's something that um, that it's just again that it's just a we're not going to show that that's not too good. Um, we're not going to show Superman being seriously affected by by social media. If that's it, then just stop making superhero movies because all of them would just be sitting in the corner in a dark room, just crying because there would be nothing but people crapping on them. So, anyways, so we'll move on from that and we'll go to some leaks that came out. Again, you take these with a grain of salt. These are with Avengers Doomsday. There's a he's a comic writer who works with Marvel, Chris Claremont. He went to some comic show and just kind of started rattling off. There's a video of it out there somewhere. How much of it he actually is telling the truth on, who knows? How much of it is him just rambling, who knows? But he claims that he has a source with the MCU, and that Robert Downey Jr. plays Doom, Iron Man, which that has been the thought that he comes back and fakes as Iron Man and then actually is Doom. It's supposedly two other roles. What those two other roles are, who knows? Chris Evans comes back. He plays Captain Hydra and old and young Captain America, which, again, grain of salt. But the Captain Hydra has been out there, the evil captain. You have Famke, who played Jean Grey in the original X-Men movies, is back as Phoenix. Psylocke supposedly back, and apparently Wolverine kills somebody important in the movie. My guess would probably would have to be Magneto. Magneto's pretty important, and at the same time, you're recasting him anyway. Some people think it's Charles Xavier, which I saw some people are like, well, why do you keep bringing Charles Xavier back if you're just in that actor and his name just now I'm thinking of a Star Trek, but why would you keep bringing Professor Xavier back if you keep killing him off in every movie you bring him back? I do get that argument, but at the same time, they're rebooting the entire MCU. Maybe a few characters here and there are going to stay the same, but for the most part, they're bringing in new people to play these characters. It's going to be younger actors playing these characters. So these guys are dying anyways. Spoilers. All these X-Men characters that are in their 80s, 60s, and 50s, guess what? They're not coming back. I think the only one is probably Hugh Jackman, because he's doing this until he's 90. But the rest of them, this is their bow. This is their final, hurrah, and it's over. And it's going to be the Doomsday Secret Wars thing, and then they're gone. So if you're going to be upset about that, you're just a whiny little bitch. God, I've seen a lot of these guys again that keep coming out and they're saying that Doomsday is doomed because of some of these leaks that are coming out. The whole different aspect of it, and it's the movie just started filming. I mean, you can't sit there and trash something and say it's going to be garbage or it's going to be stupid when you're just getting leaks. Half, if not more, of the leaks that come out end up not actually being in the movie. Now, they won't tell you that. These guys that get on here and social media and they complain about it, they only remember the ones that actually happened. And then they make it seem like, oh yeah, everything that we knew happened. That's not true. They forget the 80% of the leaks that came out that were just complete BS and they ran with and said, this is going to happen, that's going to happen, this movie's going to suck, blah, blah, blah. And then none of that happens. And then they come back, oh man, yeah, see, that leak was in there, we told you about it, You're hitting at maybe 30%. You're not hitting at above 30% on all of these leaks. And during the year, it happened with Endgame and Infinity War. You had all these leaks coming out. And during that year, before the movie came out, it changed so many times. You would hear about this leak, and then a month later, well, no, actually, this is what's happened, and not that. And then a week later, well, no, actually, that other thing's actually happening, and there was one that it was just all this back and forth. And there's a lot of BS that's put out there because the studios know that some stuff's going to get leaked. but they also put a lot of crap out there because of that. So don't allow yourselves to watch some of these content creators that are just hating on something or saying that the leaks are 100% true or this or that because they don't know. Remember, we're all just creating content. We're all just trying to get people to watch our stuff. And the more you watch it, the more ludicrous sometimes people are going to say. Look at some of the most outrageous content. It's the most ludicrous and just non-sequential BS that you'll find. And people keep coming back to it because it sells. But Iron Man leaked, yeah. So you had all these leaks, of course, and no one knows if that's actually true or not. But there was another leak out there somewhere that revealed Scarlet Witch is back, and she's actually a good Scarlet Witch. She didn't come back as evil. That there's rumors out there that at the end of a Doctor Strange movie, Into the Multiverse, where when the rocks fall down on her, you actually see a red flash at the end, and I don't recall if I did or didn't. I'm not real sure. And they were saying, well, that was actually her escaping from the rock falling on her, and that she's actually alive out there. And so there's some instances saying that she's coming back and she's going to be good in this, but at first she's going to be under the guise of Doomsday because Robert Downey Jr. is going to be playing Tony Stark, and that she thinks she's helping Tony save the world and in reality she's actually dooming it. And then at the end she finds out that she's been played, and I think that's when it goes into Secret Wars, and she'll probably join the right side of things. So yeah, the leaks are fun. Leaks are great. Some of them are complete craziness, like we got with the Superman, but take them all with a grain of salt. I think the closer you get to a movie, the more on leaks will be. Like with this Superman one, we're so close to it, and the fact that James Gunn hasn't come out online and completely denied it, because normally he denies everything that is made up or fake, and he hasn't denied this. That one you have to be a little bit more worried about. But all these ones with the Doomsday and people already hating on it and saying the movie is just going to be trash, we are a year away from this movie coming out. They just started filming it. They're going to have reshoots. They're going to do rewrites. They're going to do reshoots and rewrites up until, I mean, they've done that before in Marvel, like up until like a month or two before the movie comes out. So take all that with a grain of salt. Be your own judge when it comes to movies, when it comes to things you like. And don't always listen to these morons on YouTube telling you what to watch and what not to watch. Because, like I've said before, you'll have a bunch of them that'll sit there and crap on movies, crap on TV shows or whatever. And then they go and watch it and come back the next stream and go, oh no, it was actually really good. It was actually really great. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, what are we doing? The episode before, you were completely dunking this, calling it woke or calling it this or that, and then you come back and go, oh no, it's actually really good. But they'll tell you a series sucks, I'm not watching it, and then they go back and watch it, and 3 months later, they go, no, that was actually a really good series. Yeah, it was really good. I thought it was going to be worse. So be an individual when it comes to this stuff. Don't allow dummies like me online tell you what to watch and what not to watch, especially the ones that just completely hate everything that comes out. I mean, what a life to have, just to completely hate everything that comes out. All right, so that's it for today. Find that good earth and dig it. Get outside more. Enjoy the frickin' sun. Hey, and if people are talking crap to you on social media, who cares? No one pays attention to social media. It's all full of bots anyways, or mutated monkeys writing things. So, hey, good luck out there.